Well, welcome to the segment where we delve into the vibrant and ever-evolving entertainment industry here in Ghana. Today, we are exploring the role of bars in modern entertainment in Ghana. It has been a crucial fabric in the nightlife ecosystem for a long time. Culture journalist Kenneth Wachidako has been monitoring. Oh, yes, he has. And he joins me in the studio to help us understand its contribution to the economy as a whole. I'm not asking you where you're going tonight, but let's jump right into it. How bars and nightlife venues contribute to the improvement of the economy.
Even if you ask me where I was going tonight, I may not be able to tell you.
You don't want me to say, because I know where you usually don't say that anywhere. All right.
All right, Daryl. So the bars basically in the country have, provided a very, important avenue when it comes to the economy. Just that a lot of people haven't paid so much attention to it. For instance, if there is a bar that's open in a certain community, you realize that there are so many employment avenues that it creates, from the bartenders themselves to the waiting staff. There's also security usually. There's also food being cooked as well. So caterers are also being employed in some of these institutions. And so even going beyond that, those individual employment that it creates go into, basically forming the private sector's own way of offsetting the unemployment rate that's in the country, as well as also providing an avenue for creatives who are in that space to also get their crafts, displayed to the general public. So musicians, among other people, are also, finding their way into those spaces and ensuring that there's something going on in terms of revenue among these creative spaces.
Right. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the bars took a hit, the pubs took a hit. I mean, there was a hit on the night economy, and they are only just beginning to recover. So then how do you incorporate modern entertainment to attract the audiences, the market?
Yeah, so you realize that when COVID hit, there were other alternatives that were being employed, especially by industries that were able to utilize the virtual reality, the virtual space, other technological advancement that ensured that those trades continue to, continue to happen, even though there was, a ban on movement amongst all those restrictions.
Yeah.
These days, because since the ban was lifted, these hospitality industries are ensuring that they are incorporating more and more other avenues of an entertainment space into the nightlife. So when you visit a bar these days, you realize that there is a lot of musical activity going on. Some of the bars are beginning to invite sort of like artists who would usually be performing at concerts, among others. They are now investing in bringing those artists in their spaces to create very different types of experiences. And these have been seen as much as exhibitions, gallery exhibitions, typical art pieces that you'd find in your regular galleries across the country. You begin to find them in bars, amongst others. And so it's beginning to incorporate other elements of the entertainment industry, which provide whichever client or their customer with a very 360 experience, even though they went in just to have a drink or basically to maybe have a dish or something like that.
Yeah, I know this part of our world is difficult to come by data, but how is this also boosting tourism? I mean, these venues.
So these venues, because of how much people are investing in also the aesthetics of it, not just visiting to have a drink or two or the food, people are also now investing in creating a very, nice visual experience as well, and also positioning some of these bars at areas that, maybe provide a very panoramic view of the city, for instance, or, they sort of invest in a kind of real estate that are attractive to other people. And these sort of things that are eye-catching find their way into journals, they find their way into other spaces. And we are in the digital space these days. So online, you'd find on social media, you'd find on other, internet magazines, you find that they are highlighting some of these hotspots across the country. And also tourists who are trying to visit the country or looking for somewhere nice to visit, when they see some of these pictures online or they see the videos or some of these exclusive venues that are looking very attractive, they tend to visit the country, maybe just to find that particular space, but in turn, they begin to explore other avenues in the capital or in whichever city that whichever bar is situated. So in terms of tourism, it is boosting that sector very well.
All right, so aside from the COVID-19 pandemic, which was a major challenge for owners of bars, pubs, etc., what are the challenges they are faced with currently and how do they overcome them?
So the fact that they are beginning to incorporate all of these mechanisms into creating a very tailored experience for clients means that there has to be a lot of investment, and that is where money comes in. the problem these days is how to ensure sustainability in that space. Because if you're inviting other people aside your regular clients who are coming in, if you're inviting other people, including visual artists, painters, musicians, and other people into that same space, it means that you have to put in more money. And that is where the problem is, sustainability. Even though they are doing very well in creating these varied experiences, creating, that fiscal space to be able to make sure that they're able to continue doing that is a problem. So even though they can do that once, the next time they may not be able to do because the financing becomes a problem. And so maintaining some of these things, including even their lighting systems, keeping up with maybe the community that they are in, because there are also challenges with regards to neighbors who may complain that there is some noise coming from this particular avenue, which for each reason they might want them to close down. And so juggling that, their financial aspect with the societal or the communal piece that might have existed before they moved in to ply their trade, that's also another issue. And so basically it's something that industry players are paying a lot of attention to. There's also, I think there's a conference that's coming up next week, I think August 9, there's the Accra Bar Show that is also seeking to bring industry players around to sit around the table and discuss some of these issues to ensure that the hospitality industry basically sees a facelift going forward. Also, December is coming, so,
Just a few months away, right?
Exactly.
John Mahama has been talking about the 24-hour economy, and people always say we already have a 24-hour economy in that part of our economy. So, yeah, thank you so much. Hope you're going to be good. You're not going anywhere tonight, church boy.
I'm home tonight.
Kenneth Auchidako, thank you so much for this segment. Now that's the marketplace.